All right, it is a new day, everybody. We are starting our first evening class. And first order of business, but usually I give the agenda. I'm going to do that. But two students here right now are joining us, moving from 6A to 6B. This evening class will be following the 6B assignments.
Oh, this is 6B.
Right, but that's I was waiting to explain that first once I got you. I didn't want to scare you. Well, I know you can handle it. And there was a few students who were in a similar situation, but I knew couldn't handle 6B. But so Astrid, when I said 6B, both Astrid and Johan went, what? What? I don't know. What do they got to do? I got to do a backflip or something? I don't know. I can handle this. Don't worry. Don't worry. I know you both can handle it. It's okay.
It's the same. It's the same. Is
not exactly similar.
Yeah, because 6A is more conversational, like more for talking and express or something like that. But maybe 6B is more for write or
more writing.
Yes,
more writing.
6B is a lot more writing, and it's more intensive. It's really college prep. And 6A is like kind of warming up before you get there. So so Astrid, Johan, congratulations, you've graduated. So
Astrid, you passed 6A.
I don't want to scare you. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm sending both Johan and Astrid this
the classroom. Or
yes, I'm sending both of you the invite to this to the 6B Google Classroom, and then once you join that, I'll take you out of 6A.
Okay, for WhatsApp. That's good.
Oh, Google Classroom. Well, yes, I'll send the invite in WhatsApp. Correct. Okay. I know it's confusing. So here we go. I am sending this to first. Let's send it to Johan, and this is extra confusing because there's a couple Johans this year. There you are. And I'm glad I can see your picture right there. Johan, there we go. Okay, so there's the invite for Johan. And I'm sending this to Astrid. There we go, Astrid, okay. So yes, so the assignments that I show you both tonight that we'll be working on and reviewing, it'll be totally new to you two, both Johan and Astrid. So Doris, Gracie, I know Anila, Fatima. Yes, Doris, Gracie, Fatima, this won't be new, but to you two, this will be totally new. You've never seen this before, but don't worry, don't be afraid. We're in this together. So, and we could all, before I do that, we could get to know each other a little bit. So Doris, Fatima, and Gracie are old friends. They've known each other since like way back in what, 2021, 2022?
Yeah.
So yeah, these three know each other very well. Johan and Astrid, you just met probably a couple weeks ago joining the program, right? Or have you even met formally? Okay. Have you gotten to know, do you know each other fairly well?
Not very well.
Okay. We could do a little icebreaker. Here's a quick question. What are you most, let's ask everybody, answer a question. What are you most excited, happy about with the evening class?
For me, for me, yes, for me, I miss a lot of classes. I love to study. I love how you studying us actually. Then when I miss the in-person class, I feel sad. I feel I feel not happy. But now you give us a chance to get it. Yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah. Thank you. I want to say thank you again.
This is actually the evening class was actually really it was the vision of the two directors. I'll say Mariana, I think, really spearheaded this and got the extra cash to pay me to work these extra hours because I work my set hours, and so it doesn't mean but basically to make it happen, and then Mageni has also done a lot of Majeni has also, I'm recording this, so hopefully they hear me saying thank you. Majeni has done a lot of, when I pass on information to her,
Yeah.
I'll say, this student is in this situation, this student is in this situation, in person is not going to happen for this person, this person, this person, this person. That's pretty much where I stop. It's the administrators who kind of figure out what to do next. So I can't take credit. I wasn't, shouting from the rooftops, saying, create an evening class or else. I never did anything like that. It was actually, Mariana said, George, I think we can work something out, and would you like to teach an evening class? And I did say, yes, I would.
It's mean a lot for us, actually. It's mean a lot. Yeah,
Good
it's
to
gonna
hear.
help us. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much again.
That is good to hear. Excellent. So yeah, Fatima, you got kids,
Yeah.
family. So yes. So
Mhm.
yes, excellent. Let's go with Johan. You can work and study now.
Yeah, so I miss my classes, morning classes, because it was like 2 months with the classes in the mornings.
Right.
So I like it, but this is a good option because I can work uh, easy and take these classes maybe Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. And this is really important for me because I love to learn and I feel good with my English because it's a good process. So, but okay, I am excited because for one moment I thought I lost the classes. And okay, okay, I am out. But thank you, teacher, for give me this change.
And again, I can't take all the credit. I can't take credit, but yes, it's
Thank you,
good to
thank you.
hear. That is good to hear. And I think you didn't miss that. You're selling yourself short. You didn't miss that much. I remember you kind of brought the class to work a couple days, right? You were like on your phone, kind of working and with the class in the background. And there was like 1 or 2 days I'd say, "Oh, Johan," and I call in. I was like, "Oh, he's busy." I think that did. Even when you missed, you were kind of half 50% there or something like that.
One, I don't know if you remember, um, and for my birthday, I took a trip in Puerto Rico, and I take these classes.
Yes, I do
You
remember
remember
that.
that? Yeah,
Yes, yes.
I took my classes for my phone and walking the beach. Oh, teacher, I am in Puerto Rico, but I don't
Didn't know you were
want to
walking
miss
on the
my
beach.
classes because okay,
Wow,
I need to do it. I need to do it. So you need to be patient with me, but
okay.
I never wanted to miss my classes because this is important, and I need to have a good process,
Mhm.
a group progress, because okay, I need to talk and I need to practice all the time because here with my family is sometimes it's really hard because
Mhm.
all the time speaking Spanish and Spanish all the time, all the time, all the time. It's like my comfort zone. But I need people like you, like my classmates for to practice. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Doris, you want to share what are you most happy about?
Um, Today, Monday is my busy day because I have to go to work and I have another meeting with people who have disability, and I have two meetings with people with disability at 4 o'clock, and since of 4 o'clock and stop 5, and I start another one 6 and 8 o'clock, and I start the class 8:30. And I think it's 8:30 for 10 o'clock.
Yeah, no, 10 o'clock is when we usually start. Yeah.
So, but it's a good for me because when you have more classes, you practice more, and I think we need to do a more practice in classes for practicing English to speak more. Um, I think is much better. Conversation class is really good.
I can tell you seem a little bit more like
Yeah.
present than usual. Very often you're kind of like, you'll answer a question and then you kind of have to run away and take care of something in the morning.
Yes, a conversation class. Yes.
Yeah. Astrid, tell us everything. So what are you most excited about with the evening class?
I'm very appreciate that, and I'm very happy to be there, and say lucky too to be with us. And I didn't take the exam. I think I spent a lot. I spent 3 weeks with 6A class. And it's good for me to be there because where I'm working, they speak a lot of Creole. I met a lot of people who speak Creole. And I need to progress with my English. That's the reason I'm very lucky. We have the evening class. Thank you again.
I don't know, this is warming my heart, seriously. Haitian Creole or Cape Verdean Creole are different?
Creole.
I met a lot of Asian.
Haitian Creole.
The way I feel the TPS form for us for Haitian work permit and asile and so on. Yeah.
Does everybody here know what TPS means? It
No.
means temporary protected status. So she does very important work every day. She temporary protected status. USCIS has granted a certain number of people residents temporarily protected status, but it doesn't mean you have a pathway to to a life. It's kind of like this in between floating place. So I have a feeling that, Astrid, that you have a very, very stressful job in the morning.
Yes, it is.
So excellent. I'm so glad we can see you in the evening where you have time to kind of unwind. Yes, Gracie.
Yeah, here, and I want to say thank you to all of you, because this is fantastic for me. I sometimes I feel like, oh my God, wasting the opportunity, I'm losing time. It's terrible, but I hope that Marjane is also listen to me, because Marjane, Mariana, all of them, they are helping us from since the day one until now. Every time that you are open to help us. Thank you. Thank you, teacher, to stay here at night. I know.
I think we've got, okay, I'm just looking at the list. Okay, we got Fatima, we got Gracie, we got Johan. Okay, Nila couldn't make it. I know she's got a lot going on today, but okay. Chen Wong, that's the only one. I just sent him a message. So I think we got almost everybody. We're just missing Chen. I don't know if everybody know. I think Astrid and Johan, I think you've met Chen Wang, but I don't think anybody else has. So I'm going to send him one more reminder and we'll keep it moving. So we've heard from, did we miss anybody? No. Well, I'm happy that we can do this because I don't want to lose any of you. I don't want you, I don't want to just wonder what happened to you. So we can see you through the whole process. This is fantastic. So yes, I'm going to now do what I always do at the beginning, is go to my class agenda. Let's take care of business. Okay. So here is 3-3-3-3-1-3, 2023, a lot of threes and today's date. So we're gonna first just go do a little housekeeping, going over the evening class schedule. And this was clarified for me by Mariana tonight. So everyone who's joining my evening class, I will be teaching you your writing aspect in terms of college preparation. If a few of you can at some point make it to Ashley's writing class, great. But I will be responsible for making sure you get your writing assignments in, learn how to write those essays So all that writing that Ashley usually does on Wednesdays and Fridays, I will be teaching you. So we're going to be working closely, but a lot of what I'll be doing is clarifying a lot of her instructions. So the evening schedule, it's not just Monday, but Monday and Wednesday. Oh, here, this is it. We have a Monday and we have a Wednesday. So yes, I can pantomime that. Remember, Monday 8:30 and a Wednesday 8:30. So the M and the W turn the M upside down. You've got a W. All right. So Monday, Wednesday 8:30, and we still have the regular Tuesday online 10 a.m. and the regular Thursday online 10 a.m. So what that means is very often you guys might get sick of me because this is what you're going to kind of you're happy to see me right now, but here's the thing. Right now you're all happy to see me. I don't know after tonight's class is over, you wake up tomorrow morning. Some of you are gonna still be so happy, like, oh, this guy, come on.
Teacher, you're gonna be surprised. Every day,
Okay.
I wake up at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
But I'm going so late always because I like watching every day. No problem for me because I always sleep at 12.
So that it works. I mean, so I'm still our Tuesday, for those of you joining the evening classes already in 6B. The Tuesday and Thursday online not changed at all, but I'm picking up with we've got a Monday evening, Tuesday
And
morning, Wednesday evening, Thursday morning, all online.
Okay.
So it's still 4 classes a week. So that means great. You should get plenty of instruction, but you might get sick of me. It's usually you have when it's kind of nice to pivot between one teacher to the next teacher. You know, different teachers have different styles. Basically, you might get like my voice might be echoing in your head and be like, I can't listen to this guy anymore. Please,
No.
somebody else just for one day. So just be ready. You might get sick of me after a while, but it's that's what it is. I'll try my best to keep it exciting, but very often what I'll be doing is I will be following up with previous assignments from the previous class, making sure everybody catches up, and then I'll be giving little previews of what I'm going to show everybody else in the morning. So tonight at the end, I'm going to give everybody a little like sneak peek of what I'm going to introduce tomorrow morning. So I'm going to say, hey, before you go to sleep tonight, we're going to have a conversation about this. Think of a few ideas, that kind of thing. So that's basically what it's going to be like. So evening, morning, evening, morning. Simple enough. We can actually do it like this, like a zigzag. There we go. Oh, actually, wait. There we go. Perfect. I will put you to sleep on Monday night. I will wake you up on Tuesday morning. I will put you to sleep again on Wednesday night, and then I'll wake you up on Thursday. There we go. How's that sound? It's like a hotel, right? Like a wake-up call. Time to go to go to sleep. Time to wake up. All right. So simple enough. Okay. Next thing, I have made a few changes to the schedule in Google Classroom, and I'm going to go over that just so nobody gets confused, because it's a smaller group with the evening. I didn't put the details of the evening class on the Google Classroom page because I knew that would really confuse everybody. So I'm going to show you what I put there. Then we're just going to review the 3 assignments since last week. I think that was Wednesday of last week to get everybody caught up. And for Astrid and Johan just moving up from 6B, this will be brand new material. So it'll be new and exciting information. new vocabulary, new everything. Then we'll work in groups to catch everybody up. Then I'll introduce the next assignment. And I believe I've showed everybody a little, just the beginning of this story about an American experiencing cultural differences working overseas. And it's titled "When Eating at Your Desk is Forbidden." And that's how I'll end class tonight and wake you up tomorrow morning with the same material. All right, any questions?
No, thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So,
Excuse me,
yes,
teacher. You have the same class in on what in the morning?
yes, that's with all of 6B, including everyone here.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, think of it like I'm going to put you to sleep and then I'm going to wake you up tomorrow.
Thank you.
Like I'm telling you a long bedtime story with this English class, and then I'm going to wake you up and wake you up tomorrow morning.
Okay, and about the grammar, we don't have it now?
Grammar? I'm sorry, what do you mean grammar?
Okay, the teacher, Mike.
Oh, yes. So yes, so yep, Mike co-teaches with me 6A. So you will no longer take Mike's class.
Oh, okay.
But I promise you, I've got something exciting for you. So that's I could tell that in your voice. I like Mike too. He's fun. But yes. So you and Johan are going to be in 6B now. And 6B is more college prep, more intensive. Good question. Good question. All right. So let's go. I'll show you the schedule update. I shouldn't say change. It's not really much of a change, more of a schedule update here. So a little while ago, I clarified a few things. Here we are. And I moved the schedule here. So I said, hi, everyone, I'm making an update to this schedule since we have started our in-person classes. And then I gave what's called a wink. If you can see me in the camera, I didn't call out names. I just kind of winked at everybody, like I'm thinking about you. I said, several of you will be taking evening classes. This schedule is not reflected below. So that means the evening classes, we all know when we have class in the evening. So this for you, unchanged. Monday is your day off. Great chance to catch up work. What's not here is that today is Monday. For the evening students, you have me at 8:30 right now. Tuesday, George will host a live class on Zoom at 10 a.m. as usual. I'm not putting any information here about the evening class because there'll be about 18 other students who will get super confused and start joining it. So, and then Wednesday, Ashley will host a live class in person at 9 a.m. That was my mistake. The in-person classes begin at 9 a.m. I had it with the online schedule, which is 10 a.m. So I updated that. I'll actually make a space there so it's not too close. Make a space here. There we go. So yes, that is just about everybody, unless you have joined the evening class with us now. Okay. Then when Ashley, those who cannot make it to Ashley's morning class live in person, you join me back here at night, but of course I'm not putting that there. Friday, Ashley will host a live class in person, 9 a.m. And let's see, that's not you because you've already done your 4. at this point. You've already wrapped it up. So, and the academic calendar is still exactly the same. Those are the updates. Any questions? I think everybody's all set. All right.
Yes, yes. If
Yes,
okay, if I have time, in Wednesday morning, may I come in class?
sure. It'll just be just or maybe just give me I don't see why not. Yeah. That's actually one of the reasons I'm gonna I'm making sure to stick with the same assignments as Ashley, the same writing assignments as Ashley. Yes, absolutely. But just let us know. So I'm not bothering you at night. I'm not if you come to Ashley's class on Wednesday morning, just message me so that I'm not harassing you a Wednesday night saying, where are you?
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I can take both. No.
I mean, sure. I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Why not?
Yes. Thank you.
That's extra, but yeah, as long as, yeah, absolutely. Not a problem. Yeah, that's a good question. Does anybody else have that Wednesday free that you want to join Ashley's class in person? This was actually the most confusing thing for me because I thought a lot of people would. So I was thinking originally it was one class, not two evening classes. Is anybody else joining Ashley in person? So just a street. Okay. Yes. So street, not a problem at all. If you do join Ashley's class on Wednesday morning, I'll expect you to have all the answers to all the questions on Wednesday night. Sound good? I'll say to every other student, I'll say, you ask a street, she had class this morning, she knows everything. I'm just kidding. So, yes, I think we're all set.
It's gonna be the same. It's gonna be the same. As
of course, not the same. The material we post is going to be the same content. I'll put it this way. I mean, the banter, the activities, the way each of us teaches the class, every moment in class will not be the same. But the same content on Google Classroom will be the same. Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lovely music in the background. Is that a movie? It sounded like an older movie. Okay.
It's a prayer time for Muslim. Sorry.
Oh, right, it's Ramadan. Yes, it's Ramadan.
Almost.
Oh, so did you finish eating and doing everything you have to do?
No, it's not Ramadan yet. It's like 1 week. We still
next week starts Ramadan.
Next week, yeah.
Okay. Oh, you're right, because it was Anila who told me Ramadan was next week.
Yeah,
okay.
Next week, yeah.
So it's like a Ramadan rehearsal.
And the 22 March, it's gonna be first day of Ramadan.
Okay, March 22nd. Okay, thank you. Oh, that's coming up soon. Really soon.
Yeah, almost.
Very nice. Okay, good to know. Good to know. All right. So let's get right into everything. First thing I want to do is go into previous assignments from March 9th. So here we go. We're going to go over first this one. For most of you did this, but this will be a brand new challenge for Astrid and for Johan. It's called Russian Pilots in the Congo. And I'll show the instructions. Since I graded the last 7 assignments, 4 more have turned it in. I haven't graded them yet. A few more are falling behind. Let me just make sure. I think this is why I really wanted Chen to come tonight. I'm going to double check, make sure everyone here has turned it in. Here we go. Here we go. So turned it in. Doris, yes. Anila, yes. Sandra, yes. Okay, who else is missing? Fatima, yes, you're good. Okay, and I haven't graded those 4. So, okay, yes, these are the ones I haven't graded yet. Those I have graded. Okay, so, okay, great. This is great. So Gracie, yes, we can help you. We can help, who else? So yes, excellent. All right. So Gracie, this is a perfect challenge for you. This is a perfect challenge for Johan and Astrid. Perfect. Excellent. So what I'm going to ask here is for a student who is able to, Fatima, when I use this slide and ask the question, do you feel like an insider or an outsider? What were some of the things we were discussing in these classes? Because this is for the benefit of particularly Johan and Astrid. What were we talking about when I mentioned that?
Yeah, we talk about the pilots in Russia, because some of them, they feel like, for me, they feel like inside of the society, because the feeling of the people, they trying to use to the country, they trying to be like, to be a part of the country of the Congo. But other people, they close the door. They make themselves a small like a house. Then they create own life and their routine. Then they don't actually, I would be stronger to see that they don't care a little bit about what happened in Congo. Like,
well, some did actually express that attitude. A few of them did. They kind of, and I believe it was Gracie. You had, this is where, so Gracie, you had, in class, you actually had some of the most interesting comments. You said that one of the pilots was emotionally disconnected.
Emotionally unconnected.
Yes.
Yes. I think he wasn't unconnected because he doesn't want to be involved in the society of the Congo. He want to feel like if he's out, but he's been living for a long time. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Excellent. So now let's keep in mind, this is for Doris, Fatima, and Gracie. This is all kind of like refreshing, but for Astrid and Johan, if I could see your faces right now, you're probably going, what are we talking about? Because they just joined the class like 5. They came from 6A. So we're going to together it's a very short documentary, but there's a whole lot to talk about. It's really short, but there's a lot of good information. So we're going to go through it together. And I'll just kind of go through these 3 questions that we used for discussion. So Russian pilots of the Congo. Johan, I'm going to take a guess. You could probably find Russia on a map. Can you find the Congo on a map? Or would that take a little while?
I didn't. Can you repeat again the question, teacher?
I was asking Johan. I said, just to get familiar with the concept. So the title of this documentary is Russian Pilots of the Congo.
Well,
I'm taking a guess. Just about everyone could probably find Russia. If you saw a map of the world, just about everybody could probably find a map of Russia. You know, very much involved with, you know, global events, this, that, and the other. It's a big, big, big country. But it might take a lot of people a minute or two to locate. Wait a minute, where is the Congo? Is that there? People might pause and say, the Congo, wait. Oh yeah, oh, right over there, right. So if we take these 2 parts of the world, the question right there, what brought this community together? It was a complicated situation. And this is what makes this, we're not going to go through this all again. Astrid, this will keep you very busy. You'll love this. Especially Astrid, because you're working with people, getting TPS in all kinds of situations. You'll absolutely love this story. I'll play just this 1 minute of the beginning. What brought the community together? Why are a bunch of Russian pilots flying planes in the middle of Central Africa? So that's where it is. It's right in the middle of Africa. Interesting. What in the world are they doing there? Why? To fly planes? So here's the story. And it took 6B a couple of classes to really put the pieces together. So, but now we'll kind of refresh the story here. Just making sure, put English subtitles there. Okay, so Johan and Astrid, this you're watching this for the first time, so make sure you can hear okay.
Yes,
We can hear nothing,
no
teacher.
sound.
Oh, let me
Yes.
fix that. Thank you
No.
for letting me know. Let me fix that. False start there. Oh, I see. It would help if I actually share the sound. There we go. Okay.
Okay,
Thank you for letting me know.
you're welcome.
Okay, here we go. All right, so for Astrid and Johan, this will be your first time. The title is Russian Pilots of the Congo. Here we go.
The Democratic Republic of Congo is one of Africa's largest countries, both in terms of population and geographic area. It sits on one of the world's largest reserves of natural resources, yet remains one of the poorest nations in the world. With a seemingly never-ending cycle of war, kleptocratic leaders, and a mad scramble for resources, the Congo has been left with less functioning infrastructure today than it had 60 years ago. There are almost no roads linking the massive nation together, and those that do exist are subject to the control of more than 50 constantly shifting rebel groups scattered throughout the country. But people and things still need to get around, and with roads largely out of the question, flying is the best option. But the Congo also has one of the worst airline records in the world. Every single Congolese airline is blacklisted in the West due to their failure to keep up with international safety standards. There are pilots and flight crews from all over the world operating in the Congo, but one group in particular got us interested: the Russians. Coming here after the fall of the USSR, the Russian pilots of the Congo have become infamous for their ancient airplanes, low-flying stunts, and rowdy after-hours activities. They have also become the nation's go-to guides to flying anything, anywhere, no matter what. So we came to the Congo to meet them for ourselves. However, actually finding them turned out to be a lot more difficult than we had imagined.
Okay, so that's the beginning. And then we go through a story, and then we see that you have Russian pilots living and working side by side with Congolese pilots. And a lot of these guys have been there, 10 years, 20 years. And the question I put there was, what brought this community together? Now, before it took most of the 6B class a couple of times to really talk it out and understand what was going on. But I want to hear from either Astrid or Johan, just listening to this for the first time. What was your understanding, the bits and pieces of why this, community of Russian pilots is flying planes around the middle of Central Africa? Either Astrid or Johan. And if the answer is, I didn't understand anything, it's okay. It's fine.
You got it, teacher.
Perfect. Okay, so perfectly honest. I understood this much. Okay, Johan, did you understand anything?
Yes, but I understand. I don't understand too much because it was like pilots and Russian pilots in Congo,
Yeah,
but I don't know why. I don't know which is the reason. I don't know. I feel a
fine.
little lost. Yes.
that is perfectly fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I first gave this to the rest of 6B, Doris, everybody else was lost too, right?
Yes.
Yep, it took everybody a couple of tries to really understand. And it's not so much because of the language, but it's actually it's actually a pretty weird story.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those moments I like to say where truth is stranger than fiction. Because
Yes.
this is one of those real world situations that's a little bit weirder than anything you could imagine.
Yeah. I listened to the story to the document. I listened 3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes a little while. It takes a
Yeah.
little while.
But the class record helped me a lot because
Good.
we listen what we talk about on the class, and is result for me much better than you see the video because it's most clarified.
Yeah, the recording class.
Yes,
Yes. It helped a lot.
yeah.
So that is good to hear. We're going to do all that right now. So Astrid, I'm going to take a guess. You probably know what this is, right? If you're about my age, you definitely know, or older, you know exactly what this acronym is, USSR.
Mhm.
No,
What about these two words together?
Soviet Union.
What was that? And I say was in the past tense. That's a good place to start.
You're how you feel? Did you feel a part of the community?
Oh, no.
No,
This is I'm giving Astrid and Johan a frame of reference.
Okay.
So why are these Russian men flying planes around Central Africa? The story begins right here. What was the Soviet Union?
Is a
Go for it. Yeah.
is two countries has a war, have a separate the Union Soviet and I think in Russia and
I think you're thinking of the Cold War.
yes,
Right?
yes.
Okay, so just think about Soviet Union
Okay.
used to be this big what? Like, so you have Russia, or Fatima or Gracie, you could fill in right here. What did we go over? What does the word union mean?
Together.
Right,
together.
right.
Yes.
Yes. So Soviet Union used to be joined by Russia used to be joined by multiple neighboring countries connected. So lots and lots of Eastern European and Central Asian countries were connected as one united front.
Okay.
And as simply put, it lasted from 1917 to 1991. And then once the Soviet Union was over, I'll just say dissolved, all these places that used to be joined together in independent countries apart from one another. So the Soviet Union had a lot of extra planes. And they wanted to sell these old planes.
Mhm.
And guess who was a big buyer of all these old Soviet planes? Take a guess. So the question is, who is a big buyer of these old planes? And I'm circling the word at the top.
Congo?
The Congo, yes. Yes. So the simplest way to understand this story, the Soviet Union had a lot of planes, you know, military equipment and all of this. And then after 1991, they started to sell a lot of this old equipment. I mean, really old stuff from the 50s and 60s and 70s. Why would they just to speed things up? Gracie, why would the Congo want to buy all this these old planes?
Why they have the old plane?
Why do they want to buy these old planes from Russia?
Oh, I think they don't have money. They are a
Don't
poor
have-
country, and they can get good price, and it's just that.
They have
Exactly.
infrastructure,
Isn't there?
the infrastructure, you don't have infrastructure to have her own
Plane?
yeah, that's what
Yes. Exactly. So before we keep going, Doris, you just used a great vocabulary word from previous lessons. Who could, Johan, are you familiar with the word infrastructure? This might be brand new.
Infrastructure.
Yeah, what's infrastructure? Like you were in Puerto Rico a little while ago. They have a lot of new infrastructure since the hurricanes.
Infrastructure is like it's when you it's like a building or something like that.
Yes, it's multiple things. And I'm going to show this one scene in the documentary that shows how little infrastructure there is in this particular part of.
If you talk about something physical like a building, the buildings is like an infrastructure. Or
Yes,
something.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Could be buildings. Right here, this is a sign of the infrastructure. Why are these foreigners flying planes around Central Africa? Here's one of the reasons.
Re-upped on a fresh stock of hair conditioner, and then it was off to Kisangani, our last stop of the day before returning home to Goma.
So we just arrived in Kisangani, and there's a lot of military aircrafts on the other side of the plane, which is why we're facing this direction. But so we're gonna stop.
There's the scene right there.
Looking at the train, also you can understand why there's no roads.
So basically, this is the landscape right there. There's not a lot of roads. The roads that do exist are unstable. There's a lot of different warring rebel groups. It's particularly at this time about 8 years ago when this was shot. So in order to get goods, things people buy in stores from one city to the next, everything has to travel on planes because there's not highways linking the country together the way a more developed country.
So
let's
these
say-
pilots, okay, sorry. Well, these
for it.
pilots is like a heroes there or something.
Well, I wouldn't say hero, but let's just say necessary. Let's say they're very important. It's like if every, like I give you the analogy, let's take US, Canada, and Mexico. All the truckers, the people who drive trucks just went on strike, stopped working tomorrow. What would happen to the US, Canada, and Mexico?
We're gonna go out and fight for them right?
Well, pretty soon, your local store will be empty. And it won't take long. Everything will be empty in the stores. Like the supermarket, when you go to the supermarket, there will be no food. And you go to your Target, your Walmart, there will be no clothes, no, soap, the things that you buy for your daily lives all come on trucks. In a developed country, you don't think about it, but that's the infrastructure. The stuff that people buy in Central Africa moves from one place to the other on a lot of these little cargo planes. So that's, so Johan used the word hero. Maybe hero is not the right word, but stability. They provide some stability, but essentially cheaper foreign infrastructure planes are how goods get from one city to the next. If you want to buy a bag of rice, it's flown in on a foreign plane. And in this case, it's an old Russian plane. So that's what brought this community together. And that's where I made the story is like stranger than fiction. It's kind of something like, if you really tried to imagine this, it would be pretty hard, but it's a real world story of, the universe aligning. So some of these guys, and because that's why a lot of these guys are older. And we looked at how, even though they're spending 10, 20, some maybe even more years in this part of the world, what is their involvement in this part of the world? So you had one pilot. I took these are three characters. So you had, right. So you had this guy shops every day at the local market to cook the food for his crew. He interacts with the local people, but he's still, like Gracie made the point, he's still quite disconnected. This guy seems to have carved out an interesting life and is comfortable there. This guy seems to not like it there at all, but he's just making a living. This guy, he kind of acknowledges the huge cultural differences, but he sees himself as still part of society. And that's where I put the question for the writing. Once you understand the story, the writing is a lot easier. So for the writing, here it is. Astrid and Johan, let me know if, okay, that's a pop-up, go away. All right. So for Astrid and Johan, the writing is not that intensive, but wrapping your head around the story, that's the hard part, in my opinion. Once you really understand it, it's not too hard. So I said, in class, we'll discuss this 2014 documentary about Russian pilots living and working in Central Africa. After watching the documentary, follow the instructions to complete the worksheet attached. So there it is, just about 18 minutes long, super short, but there it is. Here is the prompt. And I said 35 to 50 words. So that's a really short paragraph, a few sentences. Choose one of the main characters to describe how well they adapt their environment to their environment. That's a typo there. Do they live separate from society, or have they become part of the local culture? So once you watch this, make an argument. One pilot, he's really become part of that local culture. Another pilot, he's totally disconnected. So Gracie, I think you understood it pretty well, but you've yet to produce the writing. So Gracie, I want to see that beautiful writing. What's stopping you? Hey, you see the big crazy smile on my face right now.
I sent you my homework. You didn't see?
You did. Maybe it just didn't.
I don't think it's beautiful. I don't think it's. I don't know.
Maybe you did. I thought. No. Let me check. Sometimes it's attached, but it just still says missing and fools me. Okay.
I sent you I sharing with you.
Yeah. So resend that to me. Yeah. I don't see it here. So, yeah, Gracie, you sounded like you really understood everything. So I was thinking, oh, where's hers? Okay, no, that's good. It's okay. Everybody else, I got yours. The 4 I haven't graded. That's fine.
I have a question.
Yes.
The 3 questions on the about the this about the 2 question teachers.
Right
Yeah,
here.
we need to answer.
No, that's just for discussion. This is
Oh,
just this was just for our class discussion to better understand.
okay. I say, oh my God, I don't know if I
No,
said.
you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
It's okay. But I haven't graded yours yet. But
Okay.
essentially, I think this was the hardest one, understanding why in the world these guys were
Okay.
there. And then this one was more fun, I think. The ways they maintain their culture, food, music,
Yes.
all that stuff. We learned about the Russian sauna experience, how some of these guys recreated it there. And then you can make the argument. Do they live inside or outside of the community?
Okay.
So yes. Now, quick question for Johan. When you look at this question right here, does this make sense for you, sir? Do they live separate from society or have they become part of the local culture? Does that make make sense to you?
Yes, this is a question about the pilots lives insider or outsider.
Yes. Are they living inside?
It's like
or
it's a question about the how they living there with the Congo, with the people there. So I think maybe the question is like, okay, this pilots lives, they enjoy the life there or not, or they feeling connection with these people, feeling connection with the country, but maybe maybe there are pilots, yes, maybe not, but I need to see this video
Oh,
because
of course.
this
Yeah.
is totally new for me because I'm
Yes,
new here.
Of course.
But yeah, I'll see you. I'll see this video. I need to see it.
Excellent. And most of what I'm doing here, it's the idea is I give you the live instruction, but then I give you something to complete on your own. And then this will give you plenty of time. You'll take with your own schedule, working on your own, figuring out, making this argument, that sort of thing. So, but it sounds like you really understand what the question is I'm asking you to answer. Are they really living in the society as part of it, or are they just existing and society is happening and they're not involved, or society is happening around them and they're not the least bit involved? Astrid, does this question make sense to you? Do they live separate from society or have they become part of the local culture?
Yes, teacher.
Excellent. I'm imagining, since you work in a field of immigration, do a lot of your clients deal with these similar issues, living somewhere but not wondering, am I part of this?
A part of the oh yes, it is.
Excellent. So yes, on your own, take a look at the documentary and try to answer this in 35 to 50 words. We'll take a little break. Oh, Fatima's back. We'll take a little break right now. And then when we come back, I'm going to get everybody caught up with another writing assignment. I'll give everybody a chance to work in groups afterwards, but get everybody caught up with this other writing assignment posted by Ashley, which was a lecture, but I found a resource to help follow some of the tricky words. So if you took a look at Ashley's assignment, who is your champion? What I did this evening was I made an additional attachment right here. You see how there's 2 attachments? First, there's the video, 7 minutes long. I made a second attachment, and this one I think is going to make everybody's life a lot easier. And I'll show you this after we take a break. So I hope it's going to make everybody's life a lot easier. All right, let's take a break and I'll show you this resource and then we'll work in some small groups in 10 minutes. Let's take our 10-minute break.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. See you
In a
later.
bit. Okay, we're back, everybody. All right. Okay. So next up, let's just make sure we get out the whole gang. So we have Astrid, Johan, Doris. I see Fatima. I see Gracie, beautiful. Just checking in Doris, Johan, and Astrid. Okay. I think it might take them a minute, but here is the other recent assignment that I'm going to go over. All right, so here we are. Ashley assigned this. It says, "Who is your champion?" Watch Rita Pearson's TED Talk, "Every Kid Needs a Champion," and write a reaction with no more than 250 words answering these questions. Now, I want to underline this to make sure everybody knows what it means. What does she mean when she says no more than 250 words? Answering these three questions. What does she mean?
Short paragraph?
Well, does it mean it has to be exactly 250 words?
No, but you have to do the sentence meaning something.
Less to
Less than, correct, Johan. It means less than 250 words. It means don't write an entire page based on one question. So I would suggest like a short paragraph answering each one. Who's your champion? If you say my champion was my soccer coach in middle school. Okay, why? Because, few sentences, short paragraph. Why, how did this champion change your life? And then answer that question. So short answer, short answer, short answer. Not like a full paragraph, but don't go on and on and on and on and on. I think she wrote that to make sure that one person didn't get caught in one question and just write a book based on one single question and then get lost. So
I see myself now.
okay, all right. So yeah, I have a feeling that's exactly what happened. So that's why I want to go over the instructions. So then she went further to say, please reflect on your past academic and athletic teachers. But we're an international school community. It's possible that sometimes we get students who have not had a lot of formal education, but usually not up in the higher levels. Has everybody here had a past academic or athletic teacher? Like someone instructing you with school academics or somebody instructing some type of physical sports?
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
I made this assignment.
I saw you did, yeah.
Yeah, I talk about my therapist.
Okay, great.
In Portugal. Is just now is not just a therapist for me, just a
Wait,
friend.
you lived in Portugal too?
Yes.
So you lived in Brazil, Cape Verde, and Portugal.
Portugal, yes.
So what's the other place in the world where people speak Portuguese? Boston.
Yeah. Because when I have a car accident, I stay in Portugal for 5 months in hospital, and I need to learn all the things that I need to do in my new life. And my therapist is really good for me because he made a lot of positive things to me. Don't make me feel too give up, and we stay more close and friends.
Mhm.
And I appreciate a lot because it's a very difficult moment for me. And I stay in Portugal by myself because my family, my mom is staying in United States and my dad
Wow.
Cape Verde. In 5 months, sometimes my dad came 5 days a month, but sometimes not. And it's really, really hard for me because my son stay in Cape Verde. Um, that's why he put me to do physical therapy and learn about the wheelchair and my new life. Everything about myself is very important for me.
So I put PT, that's physical therapist. Is everyone here familiar with physical therapy? What that is?
No.
That's someone to help people to recover when you have a little accident or have something in your hands, in your legs, when you have when you say in English ABC heart
Mental health?
no
Mental.
Mental health?
when you have a stroke, yes,
Oh,
Physical. Oh yeah. Neurological.
yes,
Neurological. Yeah.
you need to learn you need to learn to walk again and to talk again. There's
Mm-hmm.
therapies to do.
Wow.
I think when we look at the word therapy, oftentimes we think of emotional and psychological therapy, but this is physical.
Physical, yeah.
Physical.
I confused between
Yeah.
them.
Right. So physical, it's pretty much, it is what it said, the title says in the title, it's physical therapy. So people recovering from some type of injury might need physical therapy. And Doris wrote a story about how her physical therapist was her champion in this context. Really big inspiration. Thank you so much, Doris.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I actually want to ask a question. I realize it's possible because academic and athletic, it's possible that depending on where you were born, if you're a man or a woman, you might not have had the same amount of access to academic and athletic teachers. Anila is not here, but I'm just going to give Anila as an example. Anila grew up in Pakistan. It is much harder for a young woman to get formal education or any type of access to sports in Pakistan. I don't know about everyone's background. Astrid, when you were growing up, did you have the enough access to leadership, academic, like teachers in school, sports coaches, trainers, these types of figures in your life growing up?
yes, about the teacher, yes, but when you say coach, usually I think when you say coach, we're talking about play. When you play soccer, when you do exercises, we use this word about education too.
Well, it was kind of that's why this is why I wanted to go over the writing. The way Ashley wrote it, she intentionally wrote it as academic and athletic. So academic meaning like literacy, math, these type of intellectual skills. And athletic meaning more physical skills.
Oh, physical, yeah.
Right. Physical, like the word we use in America, we use a PE, meaning physical education. So that's why I was using words like coaches, like
oh, okay.
like, and you said a soccer coach, so that would be an example of an athletic teacher.
Yeah.
So did you
both of them.
soccer growing up?
What did you say, teacher?
Did you play soccer growing up?
Oh no, basketball.
Basketball, okay. Was one of your coaches, your basketball coach, a an inspiration to you?
No.
All right, so definitely don't write about them. I want to hear from everybody else. So Doris, you wrote about your physical therapist. Fatima.
So excuse me, teacher.
Yeah.
About Dolores, I think so. What the difference between physical therapist and psychology?
Oh, Doris, you're muted.
But psychologic is about the mental health. Physical therapist is about your body, and sometimes kind of physical therapists help people to speak, but not too much, because just for help to coordinational, mutual coordinational, and speech therapy, yes. And that's because psychologic is about your, when you have some problem about your feelings and about your situation, your life, about your relationship, you go to the
Psychology.
because I studied psychology about the child psychology, because I have I made it pedagogy in Brazil.
But it's different in French. It's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. I understand now. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
There's actually the word, I wish Chen Wang was here. The word psychological translates as, I don't have the characters on this computer, but hold on a second. I'm going to show you right here. One word can translate directly to another language, but not have exactly the same meaning. I'm going to show you there it is. Okay. These characters in Chinese don't mean the same thing as in English. It's the same word, literal translation, but it has a cultural difference in the word. Psyche, that's a Greek origin, and it means the brain. This is not referring to the brain. Guess what this character is? And you can see by the Chinese character what it looks like.
Heart. Okay.
Yeah, you see how that the word Xin in the Mandarin language, Xin, it means, if you say you're happy, it means Kai Xin. Watch this. It's going to be Kai Xin. Kai Xin. Kai Xin. There it is. This one. There it is. This one right there. It means open heart. If you're happy, you have an open heart. And psychological means the study of the heart. So when one word is translated from English to another language, it's not always the same thing. And I was, when Astrid said that's not the same in French, I was thinking, oh, it's not the same as a lot of languages. You might have, so often, like you go to the doctor in one country and say, here's what's going on. They might have a totally different interpretation of what's going on in your life.
Thank you, teacher.
Oh, no problem. What is psychology in French? Well, I could just look it up. Is this, wait, psychologist? Is this what you were thinking of?
Psychology, yes.
It looks literally the same, but I don't know. Anyway. Anyway, so yes, so basically you want to find someone in your life who in terms of academics or athletics, so physical education or intellectual education, and a champion, and then identify who were they, why were they important, why were they your champion, how did they change your life. That was her assignment, and I think a lot of people had some trouble with this.
Yeah, teacher, can I do it again? That's okay.
Of course, of course. Ashley will be overjoyed.
Because I was wrong.
No, okay, she'll be overjoyed. She'll be thrilled. She'll be thrilled. And you know what? If you send her a little note and say, hey, I misread the instructions. Here you go. She'll be thrilled. Absolutely.
Okay.
We
Okay,
love
I
that
will
stuff.
try.
We love that. Yeah. So since a lot of, so this was an interesting assignment. What I did was I added a little resource to make things easier for everybody. So watch this. When you open up the video, the YouTube link, you can get the subtitles. I've showed everybody how to do this, but I found the transcript right here. Watch this. She asks you to find a quote. Please reflect on your past academic and athletic teachers and coaches, as well as community members when selecting your champion. And then she gives a really hard one right there. Use quotes to strengthen your response. And I found a resource that will help you finding a quote. Who knows what a quote is?
Quote, like
A quote. I'm using it. You've seen this before when somebody's speaking, they go like this. Yep. So a quote, it means referencing the speaker or the writer, in this case, the speaker. Now here she is, Rita Pearson. On the left side of the screen, you're going to see her lecture, 7 minutes and 35 seconds. On the right side, you can follow along with it. So I'm going to show you this really great tool. And this, when you use this, you could easily find a quote and stop it at your, and use this at your own pace to really understand what she's talking about. So here we go. I'm going to press play. She's speaking on the left, but on the right, you can follow the words. Quick question. Can everybody see? Okay. Is this big enough?
Yes.
Yes.
I can
Yes.
make it bigger if you need. Here we go.
I have spent my entire life either at the schoolhouse, on the way to the schoolhouse, or talking about what happens in the schoolhouse. Both my parents were educators. My maternal grandparents were educators. And for the past 40 years, I've done the same thing. And so needless to say, over those years, I've had a chance to look at education reform from a lot of perspectives. Some of those reforms have been good, some of them have been not so good. And we know why kids drop out. We know why kids don't learn. It's either poverty, low attendance, negative peer influences. We know why.
So stop right here and identify a few vocabulary words. So reform, who could tell me what the word reform is? What is the word reform? Reform.
Have been good.
To reform something is to change. So some of those changes, some of those reforms have been good. And this is a phrase, drop out. This means to leave school. And it usually refers to quitting school before you finish high school.
But one of the things that we never discuss, or we rarely discuss, is the value and importance of human connection. Relationships. James Comer says that no significant learning can occur without a significant relationship. George Washington Carver says all learning is understanding relationships. Everyone in this room has been affected by a teacher or an adult. For years, I have watched people teach. I have looked at the best and I've looked at some of the worst. A colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it. I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said to her, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like.
True. It's
She
true.
said, that's just a bunch of hooey.
Okay, so I could hear some reactions. If now, let's do an exercise with quotes right there. quoting. Here we go. All right. So she said, well, she got a big applause when she said, a colleague said to me one time, they don't pay me to like the kids. They pay me to teach a lesson. The kids should learn it and I should teach it. They should learn it. Case closed. Well, I said, you know, kids don't learn from people they don't like. If you were to use part of this in your writing, how would you do it? You want to introduce the quote, say something to give a context. I think everyone's familiar with context. So you could give a simple sentence like, in Rita Pearson's speech, and then build up so that the reader knows what you're referencing. Because remember, you don't want to say, I think I was mentioning in the last class, giving context, give concrete examples of whatever you're saying. Don't say, the lady in the video said. The reader was like, who, what? Say, in Rita Pearson's speech, oh, whoops, I made E-C-H. I put 2 C's instead of 2 E's, but you know what I mean. You give something to introduce the quote, and then you would take a piece of what she said, and that's where you put it in quotes, and then you would follow it up to support whatever it is you are saying. Let's practice. Who got, I heard some reactions. Who said that's true? Who said that?
Me?
Okay, Astrid,
Yeah.
try this. Take some of what she said here, introduce it, give context. So remember, the reader doesn't know who you're talking about. So give a little bit of context. You know, who's this lady? What in the world is she talking about? Her name is Rita Pearson. In Rita Pearson's lecture, and then give a little background, and then take a piece of that to support what you're saying. Go for it, Astrid.
Yeah.
When he said it's true, what's her point? Why is it true?
Kids don't learn from people they don't like.
So there's the quote. There's your quote. Okay.
Yes.
Now give it context. So I'm going to highlight, kids don't learn from people they don't like. Okay. So those aren't your words. Those are her words. Introduce it and then quote her, and then further explain in your own words why that's why you are arguing that that is true.
Yeah. If the kid doesn't like you, the kids don't appreciate you, everything that you said, he or she's not going to listening to you.
Okay, that would be the explanation. Introduce it, giving a few words so we know who you're talking about, and then use the quote, put that in the writing, put quotations around it, and then explain in your own words why what she said is in fact true.
Can I try, teacher?
Go for it. Yeah.
In Rita presentation, can I say that? Rita presentation.
Rita's presentation or the Pearson presentation, whatever.
I heard something really interesting for me. She
Sure.
said, kids, they don't like to learn. They don't learn from people they don't like. It can be like that, or
That's, I'm nodding my head, yes. She said, kids don't learn from people they don't like. Then they'll say more. That's true. He did say that. But remember, using a quote to support your own, whoever you're writing about. So keep going. Why is it true?
Yeah, for me, it's really, for me, it's really true because, can I say like that? Really true
That's
because
perfect.
Because the kids, when they love someone, they copy all of the thing from the people who love. I confused in the last sentence.
No, thinking there's a great argument. If I'll give you an example. When I was a really young kid, I used to listen to, I think I got really interested in tattoos when I was like 15, 16, 17. I think it was because of some of my influences. I was around a lot of artists who were tattooing themselves. I was listening to music and all these guys had like beautiful, really immaculate tattoos. And by the time I was 30, I had multiple tattoos on my body. I started thinking, oh, it was my influences. It was these people I admired. And I thought these people are so great. I admire them. I want to copy them. It can be people generally copy what they love.
Okay.
When people are attracted to something, wow, this person, it could be an ad, like they can watch sports on TV and say, I want to do that. Or if somebody sees something like, I don't like that person. I want nothing to do with that person.
Yeah.
This is good. So we've got a little bit more time. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to make two quick breakout rooms for Astrid and Johan and Gracie. I'm going to put you in one. And Gracie, can you explain the Russian pilot assignment to them?
I think so.
Perfect. And Fatima, you've already started this one, right? I'm going to put everybody else can join you because you've already gotten started with this, but you're going to make some corrections and you can explain this Ashley's assignment, the champion assignment to them. So one will be the Russian pilot assignment, one will be the champion assignment, and just talk it out a little bit. And then we'll wrap things up and I'll tell you how I'll start class tomorrow morning.
Okay.
And I'll put everybody to sleep. Everybody get some sleep after this. Here we go. 2 breakout rooms. Oh, and you know what? Doris, you can join. You might be able to help Fatima because it seems like you nailed this assignment. So Doris, Fatima, and Doris and Fatima. Perfect. Doris and Fatima, you can talk about the champion assignment in room 1. And then Astrid, Johan, and Gracie. Gracie will guide you through everything with the Russian pilot assignment. And everybody can get some sleep. Here we go. Tomorrow. Friday. Okay, everybody. So tomorrow morning, we're going to finish up that right now. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to show everybody else that trick of following the transcript with the champion video. And we're going to practice putting using quotes for that assignment. And this, you're getting a head start. I'm going to show everybody tomorrow morning. I'll have an open discussion and I'll say, I use this, I'll say, what are some cultural differences you have experienced at work? So as you go to sleep tonight, start thinking, what are some cultural differences you experienced at work? And some of you have worked in different countries. So Doris, you've lived in, I think, 3 or 4 countries. Gracie, 2 or 3 countries. You've experienced multiple cultural differences come up. So go to sleep tonight, right now. And then when you wake up in the morning, have some good stories to share. Because I'll give this to the whole class and they'll go, please don't call on me. And all of you have the night to think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, Johan, you started a new job. Are you experiencing any cultural differences at your new job? That sort of thing.
Okay.
All right, so.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, teacher.
Bye.
Have a nice night.
Great to see everybody.
Bye. See you tomorrow.